What's up, sports bettors? I have the 4 best player prop bets in a parlay. So, NFL player prop parlay, we're going to be going through. A pick I have for tonight is Dolphins Bengals. I gave this out yesterday. Dolphins team total over 23.5. We hit it for $1,000. Currently, WinBet is saying, yo, your bet's so good, you only bet 1,000. But if you want to cash out, we'll give you a risk-free profit of $144. So that's really the power of sharp betting, looking for great lines, finding opportunity, value in the odds. And what we're going to go through is the best parlay for this weekend. So we've actually, we didn't hit our NFL one. So I gave out an NFL parlay last weekend. That didn't hit. Crazy odds, but it didn't hit. But I think our college football one did hit last weekend. So our college football one did. And what you'll notice is Caesars, they're really cool, I guess, because they offer this 25% NFL parlay token, which basically means you place a parlay, you get a 25% profit boost. So if your parlay comes out to plus 1,000 odds, it'll now be plus 1,250 for a max wager of, how much is it? $50. So if it's plus 2,000, if our parlay comes out to plus 2,000, we'll be getting plus 2,500, right? Just a 25% improvement in the odds. So what I ended up doing is just looking for 4 really sharp bets that I really like in the NFL to put in my parlay. So the first play I ended up going with is Elliott over 14.5 rushing attempts. Commanders, Cowboys, we have been all over the Commanders. And I really like the value in over 14.5 rushing attempts. You can see we're getting it minus 111 on Caesars. Every sportsbook besides Caesars is pricing this at, minus 135, minus 130. So you can browse odds for free on OddsJam. Any sport you want to look at, NFL, player props, whatever you want to look at, you can browse the odds for free. But what's really interesting about this play is, hey, every single sportsbook is pricing this as a heavy favorite, minus 135, minus 135, and Caesars has the under favored, right? And Underdog Fantasy actually has Elliott's rushing attempts line half a yard higher at 15. So that's pretty interesting, right? Because all the data in the market is saying, hey, this should be favored at like minus 130, minus 135, and Caesars is a pretty big line discrepancy. So that's how you think as a sharp bettor, right? When I was working as a quant on Wall Street, it was all about data. It's no different in sports betting if you want to make money. People who make money sports betting are not the people, currently watching highlight reels of Elliott. That's not the people making money sports betting. It's the people looking for value in the odds and finding these line discrepancies like this one. So this is the first play I went with. It's a positive EV bet. So I just ended up, kind of filtering by Caesars. And what this tool will do for you is it's one of the many betting tools on OddsJam, is it just kind of hunts for big line discrepancies, right? Where's their value, right? There's no BS. There's no, Elliott, he looked fantastic coming off the bus, so we know he's going to go over and he's going to have a lot of rushing attempts. There's none of that BS. It's just data, right? You're using market data. Every sportsbook is an independent data point of where the line should be set. The fact that DraftKings and Caesars, or DraftKings and BetOnline, I apologize, are both pricing this at minus 135 and minus 132 respectively, gives us strong confidence that we like this minus 111 on Caesars. Caesars is a line discrepancy, right? They're the only ones in the market with the under 14.5 favored for Elliott. So this is a great play for us to include into our parlay. And here's the profit margin, right? And we have a bunch of videos kind of breaking down how to back out the profit margin of your bets, positive EV betting strategy, stuff like that. But long story short, this is the first play I went with. Positive EV betting always works in the long run. You'll see we lose a lot of bets. Marlins lost yesterday. We had that for 2 Gs. We had the Yankees team total. I mean, you win, you lose. It's not really about winning every bet. It's about winning in the long run, finding bets with an edge, placing as many bets as possible, and you'll make a lot of money, right? So the second pick I ended up going with is Tyler Lockett, under 62.5 receiving yards. Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook, has the under favored. We're getting it plus 104, seems quite good. DraftKings minus 115, BetOnline minus 112, right? This is just data-oriented, rational sports betting. Looking for value in the odds, finding an edge, including those in our parlay so we can maximize the value of this awesome Caesars promo where we're getting a 25% boost. And if you say parlays can never be profitable, well, we're getting a 25% boost and they can be. You just don't know how to bet on parlays. You don't know the math. You listen, to what people who don't know math say. You can definitely make money betting on parlays. If both of your bets have an edge, then your parlay will have an edge. So next we have Jacoby Brissett over 13.5 rushing yards. Pretty good value, plus 104. No sportsbook even giving us odds above minus 111. We'll take it, right? Finding value, data-oriented sports betting. Some people may be like, yo, that takes the fun out of sports betting. No, it makes you money, sports betting. That's a great play. Then we got Dobbins over 38.5 rushing yards. So that gets us to 4 picks. Ended up hitting it, and we'll go through the profit margin here in a bit. Hitting it, so we're betting 50 to win $1,000. It's 1530 odds before the boost. So what you can do is you can, it's plus 1900 after the boost, betting 50 to win 956 in profit, which is exactly what you see here. 50 to win 1006, so that's 956, right? Not including your wager. And our parlay has $15 in profit margin. If you tried to give me a $10 bill for this parlay at this price, with this boost, I wouldn't give it to you. My parlay is worth $15. Unless you pay me $16, you're not getting my parlay because my parlay is really good. So all I did to kind of figure out the profit margin is you go to an odds converter calculator, you put in the no vig odds. Here it's minus 115.32 for Elliott. So that implies a win probability according to the sports betting market, the sharpest bookmakers. This bet should be hitting 53.56% of the time. So that ends up, which is exactly what you see here. So just data-oriented sports betting. We've done tutorials on all this type of stuff. Feel free to reach out. If you have questions, we're here to help. Let's make some money, guys.